back to Without Romance. It's your host, Ryan Sierra here, and oh my god. I got a comment in the last video that said this guy should have a British accent or some shit. So we're gonna try that out because, to be honest, I am all out of options for making this guy sound cute. Do you know what his eyes told me? Sorry. He made it clear to me, then and there, I'd lost. He sacrificed my future, our future, so he could live his own. Rose's eyes widen. I'm sorry, Ren. For what? None of this is your fault, Rose. I really blew it, didn't I? If I'd won this election... But you didn't. No amount of regret will change that now. Ren's voice strains as he forces out the words he doesn't want to say. Hey, Ren. Yes, Rose? Can you see us standing here, just like this in 10 years? In 30? We couldn't. The head of the Yamatos entertaining a former candidate in private for so many years. It would be scandalous. Not if I wasn't a former candidate. She steps closer, closing what little distance still remains between them. I'm sure I wouldn't make a bad wife. My throat runs dry as I refuse to even swallow, lest I make a sound. Should I interrupt? If I don't, then what becomes of me, of my family? Sorry, that was a throat fart. But what of Rose? I find myself mouthing traitorous words. If only I back down, then Rose would be able to take my place. Stuck in limbo, I find myself unable to call out and unable to walk away. Truly, how pathetic I am. I gave my word, to my family, to Riza. To not follow through would be a shame upon the Yamatos, I know. Rose takes a deep breath, drawing her shoulders back. I've always known your pride would come first, but somehow I found myself drawn to that side of you too. Say, Ren? She stretches out a hand, gently grasping Ren's arm. His own fingers reach for hers, but curl away. What is it, Rose? Can I ask you for one last favor? Of course. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Body stiffens. The fire is back, burning inside her eyes as fiercely as before. I clench my fist until my knuckles turn white, fighting to hold what courage I can muster. I could want nothing more than warmth for the parents who gave me everything. My, how touching. It really brings a tear to the eye. Rose dabs at the corner of her eye, dry as bone. Do you stop to think what it costs along the way, Riza? To be chosen by the Yamatos despite your humble roots, it's nothing short of fantasy. Speaking of fantasy, I learned in college a long time ago that Japan was founded by like 5 original families, and this is like the origin of like Japan, and it was founded by 5 families, and I thought one of them was Yamato, but I could be wrong. Isn't Yamato that one wood user from Naruto? To meet your prince, for it to be love at first sight. Oh, wait a minute, that's not quite right, is it? Rose. I guess my future with Ren just wasn't meant to be. My mouth runs dry. What can I say? She's a necessary casualty? She'll find somebody new? Don't think I like you two. Don't think I like seeing you two apart. Rose's eyes twitch. And yet you still toss us aside. For what? Money? There's plenty of money in the world, but only so many soulmates. Don't you see that? Pain flares up my hand, my nails digging into my skin. She's not wrong. In fact, if anybody is in the wrong, it's me for being so selfish, for asking so much, and yet... I won't apologize. You're sacrificing Ren's future for your own. Doesn't that bother you? Don't doom Ren to a loveless life when you're nothing but a gold digger. I feel a punch to my gut with her trailing words. She's right. For the sake of my family, I would sacrifice Ren's love with Rose 100 times over, if it means having the money for a good life. There's nothing I won't do. And yet part of me knows I'm being greedy. No matter how my heart might waver, I won't falter. Some chances are too precious to let slip by. A bang shoots out as the door flies open. In the doorway stands Ren, his eyes trained on the ground between us. You're back. That didn't take long? With my words, I unwittingly undo the magic that had bound him to that spot. His eyes regaining focus, he strides towards No. Surely. Ren, wait! I shoot out a hand, but he slips by too quickly until...
This house doesn't welcome those who would badmouth our family.
Ren, she didn't...
You're soon to be part of the Yamato family, Risa. That's how things are decided, and no matter what some might wish.
His voice catches slightly in his throat, but he continues, forcing the words out. By the way, I know I'm a little late on this. I should have come up with this fucking sooner. But this is fascinating. Ren and Riza, the red-haired geek, are actually incredibly similar, right? They're foils only insofar as they're on opposite ends of a socioeconomic situation. Because Riza is trying to help her family, and Ren is all about family too. He's that classic conservative family man. And Riza wants to get her family into a nice socioeconomic position. Oh my god. The only one who's actually strikingly different here, and therefore a unique individual, is Rose.
No matter what some might wish, that's how it will be. I'm sure you can find your way out, Rose, or shall I have Ruth escort you?
The girl clutches her cheek, refusing to let tears spill from her eyes as she stares defiantly back at Ren. In that moment I can tell she holds a strength that I could never dream of. I'm sorry, Ren. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Such are the final words between the two. Rose is gone, never looking back. Unable to see how Ren's eyes follow her departure or how they shine in the light, I walk to his side, staying a few steps back. He keeps clenching his fist, open, closed, paradiddle, 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 but the shaking won't stop. I'm sorry, if I'd handled things better.
You too.
Huh? Ren, what are you...
I have work to finish by tonight. Ruth is relying on me. Yo, what if Ruth is the real she's the real fucking dick receiver?
Even as his eyes refuse to meet mine, the lie in his voice rings loud and clear. The sight of Ren's back is haunting. Once so strong, so confident, is now shriveled, his gaze lingering on his stinging hand. Tomorrow then. Tomorrow then.
Ruth, do you need something? I'm busy. Surely whatever it is can wait.
His eyes briefly move from the ground of the garden to the clouds scrolling above. They're scrolling like a Twitter newsfeed. Through our silence, he regards them with what I can only imagine is a great indifference.
And I thought I told I didn't want guests. How bothersome.
You're lucky to have her by your side. Do you intend to turn me away?
No. In a way, I'm glad to see you. This house has felt terribly empty of late.
I close the distance between us as his eyes return to rest in his lap once more. Sitting beside Ren, their target becomes clear.
I made it hard for you to talk to me recently. I'm sorry for that, Riza. To have acted so pathetically, it's unlike me.
His fingertips curl with his words. If anybody should apologize, it should be me. If it weren't for my suggestion, this would never...
Do you really think you can absolve me of my mistakes? No, Riza. I did what I did to protect the Yamato name. You're soon to be a Yamato just as I am. To tolerate such belittlement.
Ren's voice cracks. But at the price of your own happiness. I can't just accept that, Ren. But even when I tried to help, I just drove you further apart. A chuckle breaks forth from Ren's lips. How can he find this funny?
You're my bride-to-be. Wouldn't you say you were just doing your job? Magnificently at that.
But I'm only here for my own gain. I can never give you the future that Rose could. Ren's hand twitches at her name.
You're right. But is anything wrong with that?
He turns his gaze on me, his eyes peering into the depths of mine.
Our union. It's a business transaction. Nothing more, nothing less. Something of benefit to both parties. So you're right, Riza. I can't imagine I'll ever come to love you as I did Rose. But I could provide you with a home and your family with security, and in turn...
I'll carry on the Yamato lineage.
See? A fair trade to my eyes. So don't let anyone speak of you that way again. To run your name through the dirt is to disgrace the Yamatos, to disgrace your family.
A wry grin comes my way, one I can't resist returning. It's so laughable, yet with this my family's future is assured. They'll never have to worry again. I laugh. All that talk as a child of a prince to whisk me away to happiness. Will my parents be proud, or will they condemn me for putting them first? A family for a family. To protect my own, I will carry on the Yamato bloodline. If my life were as told as a fairy tale, what form would it take? Would it commend me for my dedication, celebrate my sacrifices in the name of the greater good? Or would I be a cautionary tale, a fable against throwing away your future? Only time would tell how the story of the selfish princess might unfold, of the girl who gave herself to a loveless life, a future without romance. Is that the end of the game? Oh, oh my god. Well, I mean, hey, that makes things easy, right? That was a super depressing visual novel. Um, leave a leave a like, a comment down below if you. Oh God, I'm gonna go fucking touch myself. Hey everybody, this is Ryan Sierre, your favorite chocolatey eclair. Thanks so much for checking out my amateur voice acting. Leave a like if you liked it. Leave a comment if you wanna give feedback. Thanks so much.